Okay.
Hey there, everybody.
Here it is, the patty. Here it is, the cup. I mean, what?
The broken remnants of the cup.
All right, trying to start at 6 o'clock. Matt's going to grab another pipe, and we're going to show you what we're really going to do, but we didn't want to leave you hanging.
We have a plan, everybody, okay? The plan is happening right now.
Here is what's happening. They're nerds. See? Halloween nerds. Tonight's show is all about sugar and candy. And so, with no further ado, Matt has scooped up some hot glass.
I've returned from the basement, folks.
Yeah, we will not disappoint. He said he's out of the basement. But only if you've been following at Renaissance will you know what that means. Maybe.
About since Renaissance, Matt's been in a basement.
But today, he's the rock star on the Glass Academy Gathering Point show where we've got Matt.
Hey, everybody. Oliver.
Bess on tech.
And then we got Michelle here behind the camera wearing the holiday shirt.
Oh, yeah.
There we are.
Because we're going to talk about holiday, and Bess is giving me the look like we're foggy.
Little smudgy. Just hold on a second.
Just get them cleaned up there. Hey, everybody. Get nice and personal.
That should be good.
There you go.
Ma'am.
Better.
Okay, so here's what we wanted to try. We wanted to burn some sugar, but last time we burned the sugar, we threw the glass on it. Now we're gonna throw the sugar in it. How does that work? And why are we doing this? Because tonight's show is all about sugar pumpkins. And sugar pumpkins are these really cool pumpkins we developed that have this texture on them that's super similar to sugar. Only certain colors work out this way, and these are the feature on the show tonight. And I want to say, I think it was number 3 or 4. It's periwinkle, but in the photo, it looks, this is the real pumpkin. The photo looks kind of weird.
Sealed.
But sugar is this texture that's
You gotta tweeze it open.
We are on it for sugar pumpkins tonight. So this is the table. The table goes live at 6:30. See, that's all textural. Look at that bad boy. That green stem. Oh. All right, so we'll get to these guys at 6:30 when the table goes live. What?
I sealed it, and then I tried to tweeze it open, and it didn't work.
Nothing like
Take 3.
getting off to the trickery start. So
I've got
Oliver's
this
creating.
beautiful.
You know what you can do? Neck it down and have it ready.
Yeah.
And so maybe it doesn't need to be molten goopy hot.
Behind you.
Maybe it just needs to be hot.
All right. Third time's the charm.
I'm just gonna prep up. This is gonna be a really nice, solid Venetian lid, going for about ½ an inch thick.
No pressure here, Matt. No pressure.
No pressure
There's
at
only
all.
200,090 people watching you.
This is
It's
only being recorded in all of the internet history.
Will be on YouTube for years to come.
I'll read off a couple names while we're
tell us
attempting
who's
to
here.
take 3. So over on the YT side, we've got, let's see here. Angela's here from Argentina. Becca says, Becca from Florida in the house. Norman says, good evening, everyone. Mary says, Matt is out of the basement with a bunch of exclamation points. Carol says, hi, everyone watching from Sarnia, Ontario. Mary's here from Hudsonville, Michigan. Coffee's here from Knoxville, Iowa. Carlin is here from Michigan. And then Pam is here from Fall River, Massachusetts. Over on the FB side, we've got Dana here from Georgia, Annette here from Illinois, Laurie here from Ohio, Sharon says hi everyone, Pat says evening everybody, Susan says hello from Indiana, Angela's over here again from Argentina, Carol is also here on both sides from Sarnia, Mary Lou says hi Bess, hello Mary Lou. Carol says beautiful sugars, Vicky says greetings
Oliver,
from
can
Seattle.
you blow for me?
Robin says, hello, my peeps, watching from Dearborn, Michigan. She says, home of the Glass Academy. In case you guys didn't know, we are located in Dearborn, Michigan, right outside of Detroit. That is where we are. That's our home. But we stream worldwide. I know we've already got a couple different countries watching, which is totally awesome. So let us know where you're logging in from and watching from if you haven't already.
Tell us where you are.
Kay is here from New Zealand again. Welcome back, Kay.
Nice.
Kellis is here from Indiana. Hello. Judy's here from New York. We've got people all over the place.
Well, you guys are in for a treat because the two major hoodlums of the show are not here tonight. You've got the Solid 4 crew who really, if I'm being honest, are the ones who put together the show.
How's it looking, Michelle? Is it looking closed?
Amazing. And if it's not closed, we're going to find out in a minute. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Matt's going to tip that at an angle. I am going to very delicately pour these nerds into it, and then Oliver's going to bring over the lid, and we're going to see what happens.
And we're going to do that in, like, basically right now.
I think right now.
Let's
Should
do
we
it
try
right now.
Take one quick
Let's
flash.
see, Matt's going to give it a flash.
Do you guys like Nerds candy? Do you like just the regular Nerds? Do you like the big chewy ones like
Right.
we're using right now? Do you like
5,
Nerds Rope,
4,
the gummy
3,
clusters? Let me know in the
2,
comments. It's one of my favorite candies. I was never a chocolate person growing up, so I liked the Nerds, all the gummy things.
All right, so you're going to break off.
You're gonna need the
Oliver,
diamonds.
do you want to have diamonds in your hand? So Matt just needs to hit your pipe. Can they do it? See, if you do odd tasks that are fun like that and make them squirm when it's not the super important piece. Are you ready, Oliver?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh, the glass blew up. I was not expecting that.
We just gotta seal it up.
The glass cracked. Oh my God, it's a torch.
And there
It's
it goes,
smoking.
folks.
We'll get it in the glory hole. You gotta take a reheat.
It looks like a really sad mushroom.
Oh, it blew up. Now we're going to smell burning sugar.
We're never going to be allowed to do this by ourselves again.
Oh my God, Jake's probably like screaming.
Jake's watching right now, having a
Look at the
panic
glory
attack.
hole.
What'd you do in my glory hole?
It's gonna be just fine, folks.
Matt, I can't believe you suggested this idea. We let him out of the basement one time.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
I was thinking about getting in there and digging it out, but it's kind of
It's going to burn off.
too far gone at this point.
It is. Oh, that was hilarious.
Matt, I can't believe you suggested we do that.
You know what? I'll never
Back to the
suggest
basement.
anything again.
Carol said, "Holy smokes!" Literally.
Literally.
It's just fine.
Well,
There's
the
still
funnest
some
part
left
is now
over.
Matt's really going to impress you with a sugar pumpkin, like a real sugar pumpkin.
All right, I'm going to clear this off here while Matt gets
Beautiful
ready.
sugar situation.
Okay, so tonight Bess is going to ask you guys some questions in the chat about what colors you want to see. And these are our sugar options, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our sugar options. Matt's going to go gather up, and can I suggest? Let's do a green.
I was gonna do green with this neutral gray over here
Let's
because I've
do it.
never seen a transparent gray on a sugar.
Let's try it.
All right.
I'm one to try new things. Let's go. So the sugars are special colors. They don't all work, and they're not real sugar. We were going to get some real sugar, but no, we're not doing that. So let's see. There's a pink that works really well. It's kind of like a pinky red.
The pink and red's cool.
Yeah, this is an orange or a yellow sugar. I'm not going to say what color that is, but I think they're amazing.
They're really cool.
I mean, the texture, like if you have lights that you put out on your table, just stunning.
There's a color that we've had for a while. And number 7's a great example of it, where it's like a white kind of base with a lot of other colors going on to it. And that's really won me over in the last week or so as some of like just a really cool style for a pumpkin in terms of color pattern.
I agree. And when we photograph them, they're in a photography room. So what you're seeing on the website is the same pumpkin as I'm showing you here, but the camera has a spotlight on it. So they bling a little more when we show them on the camera. And tonight's question?
How do you eat your candy?
I mean, Halloween's coming up, right? How
Yeah.
do you eat your candy?
I Oh, that's embarrassing to admit. I'm like kind of like a fast candy. I got such a bad sweet tooth, Michelle. I have such a bad sweet tooth. I don't keep candy in the house because I have no willpower around it.
Same. I can't, like, Halloween's the worst. I was going to say this, I bought bad candy so I won't eat it. That's no fun. I mean, that's no fun. Hence the reason we bought Nerds tonight.
So we got our core gather all situated. We take one more gather of clear glass. I'm going to really strip it down so it doesn't get huge. And then we're going to blow it up.
If you guys are glass blowers, I'd be highly listening to Matt's words and watching his timing on everything. Now, he's not normally on the show, so he might not talk that much, so it's important to watch what he's doing.
Right now I'm really cooling this glass down so that when I go into the furnace, none of this just falls off into the clear tank and then I get fired.
Was my mic not on?
No, it's on. I can hear you.
Okay. All right, if the tank is low, we've got this handy dandy pipe cooler here.
Excuse me.
And Oliver's just going to sweep up the mess we made. Donna is out of the office, passing on some important news to Bess. Etta will show up at some point tonight.
Is Etta still wandering?
I was doing some online training this morning, and it started at noon, and I was like signing a computer, and at like 11:55, Etta came up, and I was holding her, and then she climbed up on my shoulder, and I was like supporting her a little bit, and then Etta started making biscuits like on my whole arm as I was just like holding it out like a scarecrow for her, and she did that right up until that training started, and I was so worried I was going to have to do that for like 10 more minutes.
But then you're like super relaxed for your training. Okay,
Yeah.
Zoom call, I can do anything.
I got my next gather on here. I got the green encased now, and I'm going to take some time and really heat it up because the inside's really cold and the outside has a bunch of hot glass on it. So I want to really equalize that before I start messing with the bubble at all.
If you are one of our Loyalty League members, you did get the link. This will be available to you. So Matt's not often on the show. You might want to snatch this one up. I think I sent the link earlier today, like at 2 o'clock or something. It is the same link we use every week. So check your in basket if you're not sure where it is.
All right. Start to blow it up a little bit. Doing that really slow so I can see where the bubble is starting to push. Right now it's really thick on the front side. I can tell by the way it's moving, so I'm going to cool the sides down and then I'm going to blow, and it's going to force the bubble towards the thick spot because I cooled the sides down and the front's still hot. I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'll probably be ready to hit the mold.
You guys think when we're rolling it on the marble, we're just like doing the same thing every time, but Matt explained it perfectly. You're shaping certain angles for certain ways to get a certain result. So where to the average person it might look like the same every time, there's really a ton of nuances to how the marble is used. After he comes out of the mold and shapes the ridge on it, I'm going to hand off the camera to Oliver. He will answer any questions you have.
Yeah, I have a question that I wanted to put out to Bess or to you, Michelle, depending on who wants to answer it. But we had a question come in about how we have an international shipping form on the website.
Thank you,
And they
Oliver.
were curious about how international shipping and all that works with like live show orders.
I want to come back to that because I just bought a Christmas present from Sweden and they shipped it, and it's like I wanted it so bad. It was like it didn't matter what the shipping was. I'm like, okay, send it. So I think we want to open up international shipping again. I just have to figure out, the live shows are a little tricky how to do it.
Yeah.
So
Let's say somebody wanted to buy tonight. What would they do if they were international shipping?
I don't know. What would be the best thing to do?
So I know that we have the international shipping form still on the website, Kay. I know what we've done in the past is you have purchased the item on the table, put it for pickup, and then Donna will reach out to you with the shipping
let's
cost
do that.
for it. So that would be the best way of doing
Yeah.
that right now is just purchasing the item, marking it as for pickup, and then when we are back in the office, probably on Thursday, Donna would reach out to you with the calculated shipping cost with your address. But like
It's
Michelle said,
based on weight.
we're gonna revisit it moving forward, but that's what I would do until we kind of get that squared away.
Good call. Good call. Thanks, Bess.
Of course.
Right. I got this pumpkin pretty blown out exactly how I want it, and I'm having a tough time deciding which mold I want to hit over there.
Do you know what mold you want to hit?
I think I'm
Why
going to
are you
have to go
pretending?
for the Juicy 32.
Don't be going like all out. We want this to be like the beautiful, like
Members
All right.
only pumpkin.
All right.
no pressure.
Let's hit the crispy 24.
Matt's got a little bit of that Chris in him, where
I am.
he wants to go big.
And speaking of which, going big, you guys want to stay for the whole show today because we've got some great things coming up that you haven't seen in a while.
Right. Flatten this guy out. I'm going to hit this one time, and then I'm going to hit the sugar on this guy.
We've got a couple more people popping on. Let's see here. Vicky's here from Iowa. Annette says it's great to see Matt. Jody is here on both YT and FB from Prince Edward Island. Over on the YT side, we've got a hello from Roland and
right.
Gretchen.
Blow.
Carrie's here. She says, hi, GA friends. Just getting in from a late day in the office.
Stop. Blow real soft. Good.
Okay, so this is the Sugar Pumpkin Show, and we
Yeah.
just burned a bunch of nerds, and I was thinking about what we could call this first members piece, and it's made by Matt and Michelle, so it's the M&M pumpkin.
Do you, am I bringing a bit or should I hand off now?
Totally up to you, Michelle, whatever you're comfortable with.
I'll let you do. You know your timing better.
Okay.
All right.
All right, the base color was
You know,
green, right?
It's green,
It's
and
not
then I
looking
got
green at all.
it encased, and I have some neutral gray, transparent silver action going on. I don't think we've ever done a gray on the sugar.
Which, you know, when you hear gray, you're like, really? What? But you'd be surprised on how the different colors play. And gray sounds like smoky, like beautiful.
My thinking on it is like almost like a clear frit. It would reflect a lot if I don't melt it in too much. And we're gonna see. My diamonds are gone, Oliver.
Uh-oh.
No, they're
That
not.
is
They're
the
just
trick.
misplaced.
With sugars is you have to be very
Flip.
intentional with every move.
Flip.
The less movement, the better, so that the sugar doesn't melt. Like very efficient. So sugars are not a beginning level pumpkin. Let's just
No,
say that.
not at all.
Ooh. This is how we sign our pumpkins. We use a little bit on the bottom and put a little stamp in it.
A beautiful GA stamp.
And I have not been making stems, so Oliver is in the back there, jumping on the stem.
Our STEM expert for the night.
Heck yeah.
All right, check that out, folks.
So what colors is that, Matt?
It's green, it's lemon yellow, I believe, and smoked gray,
Oh.
potentially. I think that's what it's called.
You ready, Matt?
I am all ready.
So we're gonna walk over when they do the stem. Oliver's going into the mold.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful stem, Oliver.
Beautiful.
That's the warmer upper right there, everybody.
Warmer upper. If you are a member of the Glass Academy Loyalty League, this is available for you to purchase. Warmer uppers are always one of a kind, always unique. And dang, that's a fancy stem.
No way.
Call that the curl around. All right.
Get that guy down in there. Touch it on.
Tuck it in. Tuck it in there.
We're tucking it.
Looks to me like it's been tucked. Grab that hook for you.
We're gonna bring out that iridescent quality in the stem.
All right, can't touch it. It's too hot. Has to cool off. There it is.
Get it on the hook and get that guy put away.
Beautiful. Great job,
That's,
Oliver.
That's a nice warmer upper piece right there. The unique color pattern we don't ever really do. Like a nice green pumpkin. Did you say that was a smoked gray sugar on there?
I believe it's called
He
smoked
said
gray.
potentially.
That's pretty cool. Little mystery shugs on that. That's
All right,
nice.
Had to
it's
get
time
after
for you
it.
guys to blow up the chat. We want to know the next pumpkin. Do you want to see orange, blue, purple,
Magenta.
magenta, white, and this is the yellow?
And that's like our chartreuse green. If you are a regular on the show, that's the chartreuse green that Chris loves. And we can swap out some colors too, you know.
We
That's not
can.
unheard of.
Let's do this first round. Bess, do you see colors coming up in the chat?
Not quite yet. I'm waiting for some answers.
Chat's a little bit behind, so why don't we take it to the table and we talk about pumpkin
Okay.
here for a little bit, and we'll let those answers come in.
Which one's your favorite, Oliver?
Oh, well, okay, so I was talking about number 7. I do like number 7 a lot. Out of this whole batch, it's number 10.
I do love that
do
one.
hold that one up. We don't have the sun today. but-
Number 10 is magnificent. So that is it's that Merlot red that we're using a little bit more, but it's used super sparingly, so it comes out a little bit lighter than usual.
Can you tip the top more towards the camera a little bit? There you go.
A little
Thank
bit
you.
like that?
Yep, perfect.
Then the nice yellow shugs all over it. The yellow shugs look super, super good against this. Nice iris stem on there that's really classy. And then it's in this little Crunchwrap Supreme format here that I love so
Crunchwrap?
much.
I love it.
That's what I call this style, and Jake is getting used to the fact that I call it this all the time. 'Cause it's what I see
Like
whenever
the cruncher.
It's what I see, nice and like really short and squatty. I really like this shape for a pumpkin.
I've got some votes for magenta.
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 All right. We're going to do one
All right.
more pumpkin. Matt will lead the way. And then we're going to make a fun experimental / sculptural / I don't know what you
Yeah.
call it piece.
We'll keep that
So-
a mystery for a little bit longer.
Yes.
This is just magenta with some sugar on it, huh?
Oh, yeah. Bess, you want to pick the sugar color?
What
would
are
you
my
pick?
options?
You
You
got,
got gold, you got yellow, you got orange, and then you got gray.
And you want yellow, Bess.
Do I? Why do I
You remember
I'm
that
magenta.
you remember that snail? The radioactive snail?
Yes.
Magenta and yellow.
All right, let's do yellow. I'm easily swayed today.
I know.
Get this ready here. So I'm pulling out, like I'm looking at this tray and I'm pulling the sugar out to the front. And that's just to make sure that when Matt brings his pumpkin in, he can get the full length of the pumpkin into the frit and get it fully coated. Versus if it's like this and it's all pushed up to one front, you can only get the front half of the pumpkin coated in the shugs. So we got to make sure that it's
Nice and
spread out evenly.
Oliver, there are some things on the marble there that need to be moved. They can't be seen.
Yes, I will move that.
I just recognize them. You guys can probably go back in the video. Maybe you'll see them, but
Who knows if they'll know what it is
Right.
though?
I know.
What are you
Have to give
thinking,
away
Oliver?
the
2 coats,
surprise.
3 coats of this magenta?
I think you should shoot for the moon and go 105 coats of magenta.
105.
Is Jake in the chat right now? Is Jake watching today?
Not
Go for
yet.
105 coats of that beautifully
Magenta.
expensive pink.
Use it up.
I'm going to use the whole tray.
I don't think Jake's on the show yet.
I haven't seen him in the comments. Normally he says hello.
Yeah, and
No
how about
Jacob?
Roland? Have you seen Roland at all?
Roland said hello.
Hello,
Hello, Roland.
We want to like be really nice to Roland because he has an idea about mics.
Yes, he says hello from Roland and Gretchen.
Nice. Gretchen? It's the name of his wife. They did this. He showed me a wedding picture of them. You guys, they look like they're from like the UK, just hot off the castle tour, jotting down the mountain.
Just shaping this guy up. Quick shaper.
Matt getting that bubble in there.
There she is.
So how many coats did you end up going for?
4.
50?
A hefty 4.
72 coats.
A husky 4.
A husky 4.
Husky.
That's like a husky 4 is like a slim 5 is what I hear.
I mean, if that's what you want to say. I was saying a husky 4.
You know how they had husky, like when kids were little, they would call them husky? What was the female equivalent?
What was the female version of that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was
Chunky.
a husky kid, so I got called
Right?
that a lot.
I have to think about that as a female version. They just ignored it. Right?
My family calls fat children chunky.
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 You know, Lucy was super chubby, and you just like when you have your growth spurts, you need all that chub to grow. I mean,
I was a very chunky baby, and then I thinned out.
or maybe you don't. I mean, we went like Santa Claus if he was thin, right? I saw Oliver processing that.
Carrie says females were called husky also.
Were they?
I mean, I would never, but
I remember in
That-
high school, like you tried to fit into a certain size, and it was ridiculous. Everyone's body frame is completely different.
Well, and also like think about the clothing industry. The sizing for every brand is so different too.
so
big
different.
time. Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. I have one pair of jeans that's a 6 I can fit into, and I have one pair that's a 14. Like,
Like, what?
what is happening?
How does that work? All right, so one of the reasons Matt was telling me he encases the color on the pumpkin. Encasing it means coating it with clear and having that color on the inside. There are many reasons that we do this, but we're not going to give away our secrets unless you ask.
Yeah, you gotta ask.
Yeah, we don't give our stuff out for free.
Actually, I know Bess is doing it as well, but I can't help myself. I'm gonna pop in and read some comments here for
Yeah,
a second
please
while
do.
Matt's getting that blown out.
I'm just trying to make sure that everything's heated evenly. And I'm going to go in super quick and just do the same thing I said before. I'm going to cool the sides down. You can see the sides are starting to glow less and less, and the front is still pretty hot.
And the front is referring to like us. We're the camera is. We're the front. That's the back.
Susan says, "Why did you encase it?"
Wow, we got one nibble.
If I can go through and read some comments here real quick, everybody.
Oh, wait, did you hear?
We had a question asked.
Why
we had a
encased
question
it?
asked.
You wanna
Why is it
answer?
encased? Why did Matt encase it?
Why did Matt encase it? That's a great question. Okay, so one, encasing it in clear gets us like a little bit more glass on there. It sizes it up. When we do it in clear, the color stays in the body of the pumpkin, and then all that clear gets pushed to the ribs a lot. So then you have like this really glassy looking pumpkin. It has a very different like optical effect to it than just a standard color on the outside effect. I personally am a really, really big fan of clear encased pumpkins. They just look like they're made of like this
$1 million
really
bucks?
pure glass.
They play on the shadows very well.
Yeah.
They reflect light differently, in my opinion.
I'm seeing. There's a comment from William saying that he's watching from Port Charlotte, Florida. Just hope that you and everyone else who's watching from the Florida or anywhere down in that region are doing okay. staying safe with all the weather that's been going on. Dave Worth saying that Jake should be proud of mentoring these young guys.
Oh, that's
Jake
a good
should be proud
point.
because we're awesome, so thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
I might butcher this name. I apologize. Looks like Kellis. I'm saying the first time watching, I always wanted to try glass blowing, but never had the opportunity. If you are in the Dearborn area, that's where we're at, anywhere near there out in Michigan. We teach classes every weekend. We'd love to have you at some point in time. If not, I'm sure there's a studio in your local area that you can go and check out as well. Just getting involved in the arts is always a good thing.
Got this all blown out how I want to. I'm gonna get it super floppy, soupy hot,
Soupy
and
hot.
then I'm gonna drop it in the mold, puff it out, and really push the glass into the ribs to get it really ribular.
Ribtastic.
I'm looking for a really ribular effect.
Carrie says, wow, what a great job Matt is doing on the mic.
Thank you,
He is
Carrie.
doing a good job on the mic.
There is a comment I will read from Mary, and I have photos to accompany it whenever we get a second, probably after this piece. I'll show them real quick. But Mary, a few shows ago, bought an ugly vase.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Oliver had asked her during the annealer reveal to send us photos when she figured out what she was going to put in it.
And you've got
Shout out
pictures
to
of the
Mary
finished
remembering
piece?
that. I have a hard time remembering all the things I say, so appreciate you following through.
So she has followed through and she has given us photos. I have 2 photos she just emailed over to me. And when we're done with this piece, I will show that. But
Okay.
she says to tell you, Michelle, that it is in her top 3 favorite pieces from GA.
Yay! Carrie had reached out and she's like, oh, I'm so glad you're on the show tonight, Michelle. You're going to be blowing. I don't have a Michelle piece. So wait until you see what I'm going to
Will
make
you get the
tonight,
long
guys.
jacks out for me?
Yeah.
I don't blow a lot, but I
Thank
do
you,
blow
sir.
sometimes. And this is going to be a piece with all 3 of us.
Blow. Blow hard. Stop.
So one thing I do not like about these pumpkins is this mold is like a triangle mold, right? So look at that shape. Oh, we did this last time. It's not a triangle, it's a cone. Either way, how do you get this beautiful round shape from a cone? It's called a skill. Practice.
All right, Oliver.
Just a real
Because-
nice gold stem.
He made that look really easy, but I'll tell you, coming out of that mold and then getting a round shape is not so easy.
It's not so easy, I promise.
It is not. You just made it look super easy.
I've broken many a pumpkins.
Don't let these 2 tell you that. They're easy. Easy peasy.
I
Flip it.
do want to interrupt you for just a moment to let you know that the table is live. So we've got those beautiful sugar pumpkins that are now available. I'm posting the link to that in the comments.
And they are all one and dones. The trick about pumpkins is they're so fun to play with all the different colors that it's been really hard for us to keep a body of certain colors in stock because there's so much variety and we want to explore that.
Mary says you should do an ugly pumpkin.
You know, that's interesting because I found a shard video and I wanted to do a shard pumpkin.
Michelle, I have about 20 pounds of flat glass in my car.
What are you going to do with it?
We could make an ugly pumpkin with it one day.
Oh, is it compatible?
It's 96. Might be.
We can
Look
experiment.
at it. Matt's like jumping up and down.
You ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
It's like 22 pounds. All colors.
You were here all day. You can't tell me this right in the middle of the show.
That's true. I apologize.
I mean, I can flex, but some things are out of the flex range.
All right. Curl that guy on there.
Just so you
Give
guys
it a
know,
snip.
we don't have Ellery in the
Beautiful.
background today. So Ellery normally is a superstar in grabbing our printed orders and grabbing those pumpkins off the table. So I'm going to be doing it as I
Nice.
can. I'm kind of multitasking tonight. So if a pumpkin doesn't disappear right away off the table, have no fear. If you bought it, it's bought. I just haven't gotten to
Right.
it yet.
Dude, they're coming out nice today.
Give that guy a nice
Layer
fluffing.
down.
So let us know what colors you want to see next for a sugar pumpkin in the chat.
Alrighty.
One final look for the camera there.
Dave
And away
says,
it's going.
you must be making magic pumpkins, Matt. Mine always flop around.
Well, got to get the heat right, you know?
While the guys are resetting for the next pumpkin, while you guys are commenting about our color choices here, I am going to put those pictures up on the screen that Mary sent us. As Michelle is showing on the screen, don't forget to
Can I-
like
Woo!
and subscribe to the
Can
show.
I hand you this for a second?
course.
But Mary purchased what we like to call an ugly vase, and we do them in all different colors. And basically the idea behind it is we take all different pieces of things that broke or bits and pieces that got snipped off of other projects. Are you okay over there, Matt?
It started turning on its own.
Oh, don't do that. And we take those and we have created some vases out of it. So I'm going to put those up on the screen here. So here is picture number 1. You guys can see that. She has, Mary, what kind of flowers do you have in here? I'm trying to figure it out because it looks like you've got some real greenery, unless it's just very nice looking fake greenery, as well as some, they almost look like Lego flowers, but I know that they're not. So this is photo number 1. I'm going to switch it over. Here is photo number 2. Absolutely gorgeous arrangement. I think the bow really ties it all together. Get it? It ties it together. Oliver, don't give me that face. It's been a long day.
You're doing all you can do, Bess.
I'm attempting. So, that is an absolutely beautiful arrangement. Thank you for those pictures, Mary. They were absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my gosh,
Michelle's
that's
taking
so
a look at them
fun.
too. She's got a delay on her screen. So,
I love it.
I have
I wonder what
comments
this
coming
is.
in as far as colors. I have a lot of requests for blue.
Blue.
A lot of requests for blue.
Is blue an option?
Such as this blue right here.
You grabbing a pipe, Michelle?
Yeah, so we interrupt this party because we're doing a nerd
Ooh.
intervention.
We're going to do a nerd intervention, and
Nerd
then we'll get
intervention.
to another pumpkin with our remaining time.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll get to the pumpkin when we're done with that. Do we have the colors I have requested?
You have, well, let's go over here real quick before you get started. You have your pink that you want right here, magenta.
Lovely.
And then I'm going to get your powder going right now at this station right to the right of Matt.
And the claw thing when we break the bubbles off.
I'll get that going too.
Why
yeah,
is this
yeah.
like vibrating? Is that the glory hole?
Yeah. It's new. It vibrates now. We're figuring it out.
Better make sure that piece isn't on a tiny little punny. Okay. So, this is the core piece. I'm going to blow a longer bubble, pink, and then we're going to put the bubbles on it. At some point, I'm going to hand it off to you, Matt, or Oliver, and you guys are going to add more bubbles on. Then, when we knock it off, maybe in the bucket, we need one final bubble on top to seal where the pipe was. Okay.
Sounds amazing.
We can do this. And what is my inspiration, you ask, everyone? Where'd the little tray go? Oliver's fast, man. This is the inspiration, but not the right colors.
I stole your little tray, Michelle, because I was eating
Look, a
them.
snack.
Oh, you were? That's hilarious.
And now she's put more out on the marver for me to snack on. So I'm just getting some powder catcher stuff right over here. Oh, do you want some?
Yeah, let me get one of those.
Well, I've got
things.
6 in my hand, so
I
you
want
can
an orange
have
one.
you can have that one.
I love that.
No, I don't either.
It's a new experience
Chewy
for
nerds
me.
are not anything close to an OG nerd, and they are not as good, in my personal opinion.
The pink powder
Oh, I think-
positioner.
Hello. I think
And there's
that's
the
Tanya's
train.
place. Does it say Tanya on the backside?
I believe this is.
I was just talking to her
Yeah.
earlier.
Yep.
Maybe she's
TS?
watching the show. Yes, she just got a new horse.
Oh.
What does that feel like to get a new horse?
I would like a horse.
Oh my God, I'm like thrilled when we get a cat. Okay, so I did put white underneath to give it a little more depth, but don't come straight from the furnace and go to the white because there'll be too much white. Give it a marver when we do the bubbles.
Now, Michelle, you had mentioned you wanted these grabbers out for you.
Yep.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to do this like blown feet almost?
No, because then the cut mark would be at the top.
Oh, good call. Good
Does
call.
that make sense?
Yeah. You gotta flip it
So
around
I'll
and hit
heat
the
it
other way.
with the torch, and then you guys will knock it off.
Yep.
And then it should be hot enough that it sticks on. That's the theory, anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna get a. And you want those out of solid glass, or you want them blown?
I want them blown.
Okay. I'm gonna get some more pipes out for this.
So I haven't blown in like a million years. But you know what? It won't matter.
It's like riding a bike. You know, you never forget.
Say what?
It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
Yeah, right? You just notice all the nuances of like the vibrating glory hole. Could you imagine? The train! Quick!
Oh, I want to give a shout out. I'm seeing my grandma in the chat again, so thank you for watching. Hi, Grandma.
Whoops.
And I also want to give a shout out to Carol. That's Kayla's grandma. Shout out to Carol. Thank you for watching.
We got the grandmas in the house. My grandma doesn't watch, or my mom doesn't watch. My dad watches. Hi, Dad. I've never thought about it because he doesn't watch live. But I
Say
should
hi,
say
yeah.
hello.
You want
I
a little
like-
size comparison?
Your wobbly bench, too. Yes, perfect. So it's going to get lots bigger. So the bubbles I'm thinking are like golf balls, and Oliver, you could probably start.
Okay. And you want them just in the pink?
Marver, then a coat of white, then the pink.
Okay.
Because truth be told, we've tried some nerds, and it turns out I do like the red ones more than the purple. And Bess, you said you like them now too?
Which ones?
The red ones versus the purple?
Yeah, I've always liked like the pink ones better than the. Well, I like the pink ones better than the purple now. I liked the purple when I was a kid.
So your tastes have changed.
Nerds came out with an Easter one that
The
was like
Nerds rope was my
lemonade.
favorite.
Was
in
it any good?
They were my favorite. Cherry lemonade.
And do they still make them or no?
Yeah,
don't-
the cherry lemonade were good.
Do they still make those?
Once in a while, they'll bring like special flavors out for special
Yeah, I
occasions.
like those a lot. Those are my favorite.
So you'll blow a bubble in it, then switch with me. Bring it to the bench. I'll neck it.
And I'll heat that up for a little
Yeah.
bit, keep it warm. Yeah, no problem. That was a quick marver, one coat of white, and then one coat of the pink.
Yes. I mean, it's probably whiter than I want, but I think it will, in the end, that'll be a better thing.
All right. Oliver's popping a bubble up in that thing.
Get that bubble in there. It's just being shy, that's all.
You know what would be interesting is to have a little disc at the bench.
I can put a frit tray there. Or two paddles, kind of like V'd out.
I'll try one without, and we'll go for it. So you're going to take this, give me that. I'll heat an area, you knock it off, and then I pick it up. Let's try that. Does that make sense?
You're heating up a spot. I'm gonna
Knock it off on the bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the diamonds. It's a little slippery.
It is a little slippery.
There we go.
Lovely. All right, I'll take another one.
Bam, coming right up. A little bit more pink on the next one, you
Yeah,
think?
I think so.
Okay.
Real pinkular.
So, okay, a couple things are happening. Number one, I'm going to get this giant nerd candy, which I'm going to be really happy with, and I'll put it in the bowl of nerds that we passed out at Halloween. I'll be like, oh my God, they mutated in the bowl. Number two, for all you glass blowers out there, this is great experimenting and practicing of us all working together without it being like a high technical piece that I'm going to freak out and be like, oh my God, or get really mad if it drops and falls. Right?
Yeah, it's nice when it's like, it feels like a
Calm.
free project a little bit.
Yeah. So this is great. Oliver's practicing the color. He'll do a blown bubble. And then I get used to practicing the pipes at the bench, like if we were doing blown feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one or two more bubbles. Then I'm going to pass it off to you guys. So Matt, you're going to do what I'm doing. And Oliver, you're going to keep doing what you're doing. We're going to cover this with some frit powder at the end to give it that nerd's texture. And then the final thing is the knockoff station is putting that last bubble on, which Oliver, the last bubble, he'll have to blow and neck it, and he'll have to attach it, and then we'll sift a little sugar and it's done.
Okay. A little bit of a funny one on this one. I thought I had plenty of heat on that guy, and I guess I didn't.
Was the pipe blocked?
Feeling like it might be a little bit. I'm going to work it one more time before I forgot
Plan
to check
B.
it like I usually do.
I do have the table up to date. I have everything pulled that has sold so far. So if you guys see something on the table as of right now, it is still available if you're watching live.
Thank you, Bess.
Of course.
Yeah. Matt, if you want, you can give a pan of the table.
Check everything out that we got left.
Number one is my favorite, I think, of what's left. I really like the color contrast between the pumpkin and the sugar.
I like 4. It's looking like lavender
There you
with the
go.
brilliant
You got it.
yellow sugar
You can hand it to me right
and
now.
the gold brown stem. That would look amazing in anyone's home.
So I'm focused on just keeping this warm. I'm not trying to get too much movement back into the glass. I'm just trying to make sure it's happy.
It's happy.
I don't know who I heard say it like that, but
I say that. Could have been me, Oliver.
no, it
Could've
wasn't
been.
you.
Could have been. You could be quoting the great maestro.
What's
Matt
kind of
Hanna.
cool is when I heat it up with the torch now, it's like distorting.
The
There's not
pumpkin that
enough-
was just made
I'll
right
change that
before
for you.
this,
Yeah.
the
You wanna grab it
magenta
right now?
and the yellow sugar pumpkin, is now available on the website. I will post the link to it in just a second if it doesn't sell. I'm just getting a little caught up here since
What a big
I'm
old
multitasking tonight.
All right, color was better on that one. It matched mine better. So there's this other part of blowing glass together. It's like I can say 2 rules, but if you guys don't work with me, is my 2 rules the same as your 2 rules? It's like cutting a piece of pie. Is my 5-inch wide pie the same 2-inch? Colors are much better.
Mad from the UK says, hi, love watching all the teams sharing their skills and talents. Thanks for being here and watching.
Who was that?
Mad from the UK.
Matt
from the UK.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's a friend of Roland's. Because Roland's from the UK.
Matt's been around for a little while.
What was that?
This person's been around for a little
Oh,
while
never
watching
mind.
the stream. Kellis says, y'all are awesome. Thank you for sharing your skills.
Who was this one?
Kellis.
Nice.
I saw a couple
Do
of
not
comments in
know.
there from Callis. Thank you for commenting. For everyone who's like making comments in general, thank you. That means a lot to us. That helps out a lot, actually, believe it or not.
It does. So I'm downloading the first shows that we did back in 2020. March 28th was the first show on Facebook. It's a comedy show. Jake's like, can you guys put comments in the chat? Because I feel like I'm talking to myself. No, not you, Jake. But I will say it's fantastic having Bess here and having someone in the tech position. Because it allows us to focus on this.
It was funny. I came across Carol commented on the 2020 show thinking that it was a new show at first. And it was so funny to me because she's like, how did Jake's hair get so long for braids all of a sudden? And I had to go and watch the video back because I had never seen Jake's hair that long or braided before.
We
so
were
it was so funny to me.
bored. So Lucy was braiding Jake's hair.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
We got to get Jake to grow his hair out again. Bring back the braids.
Bring back the braids.
Had my hair braided for a time.
Was your hair long? Your hair was long.
My hair is long
Oliver's
and
hair?
very curly.
We got a bunch of people with the long hair in the shop.
Yeah, the guy before you guys, Jason. All right, so we discovered this is the way to go.
That feels so easy.
I know. It feels like I feel like a doctor.
And you're not setting it down on the...
the cold. But one thing I'm not good at is the torch, so this is good practice for me. Matt, I'm going to do one more and then I'm handing off to you.
Sounds amazing.
That's not an easy torch to use either.
No?
That one's got a learning curve to it.
It doesn't feel very intuitive.
It's really, really nice. It's just not ergonomic at all.
All right, so the other thing that Oliver is paying attention to is his scale. Do you guys notice how each one's getting a little bigger? So you can bring it back down a little.
Yep, this one's probably going to be slightly bigger than the last one, that will start going smaller again.
But I could also neck it down smaller. So one of the bubbles, true to nerd capability, is getting a little divot in it. It's totally fine. Where's my role model?
I ate some of your role models.
I did too, sorry.
That's okay.
There's no more
There's
examples.
my role model, a little bumpy. All right, my bubbles are more pronounced, but let's wait until it's all filled in.
Well, I think if you look at the other kind, you're like hitting a nail on the head.
I think so too. I need to pull the other ones out.
Getting that bubble in there.
There we go. All right. Thank you.
Quick reheat.
Pam says, I did watch the first show this week, and you guys have come a long way. It was fun to see the beginning of it all.
Oh my God, have we come
It was
a long
fun for
way.
me to see the beginning of it all.
What was that?
It was fun for me to see the beginning of it all.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I didn't watch the entire thing, but I watched parts of it.
Was like, what are we doing? Okay, let's just go.
Stephanie says, what are the big balls behind the glory hole? That, I believe, those are left over from a Chris project, the big black ball orbs.
Oh, yeah. They were this giant lighting product. So we used to do lampshades for companies. And that's one of the projects we kind of stopped doing. We're not a huge production facility. And so it's not like in our best interest to do jobs like that.
Got it?
Yep.
So I think those are ones that just didn't pass size
Nice stick.
inspection for his project. So they decorate the gallery now instead.
Yeah, so they're pretty cool, but it took a lot of glass out of the furnace. It took a lot of time.
So these are looking a little bit more like this guy here.
Yeah. Except one color.
Well, no, listen. Michelle's going to need this for a reference. You can't eat this one,
I
Matt.
have to eat that one now
You
that my
can't-
fingers have been on it.
No.
So you could get her a different one.
Nope. Mm-mm. I'm
All
gonna
right,
put that
I'm gonna
right
hand
there.
off to Matt.
So you can't eat now. You gotta make it.
Hey, Oliver.
There's a little like wonkiness going on. So I just want you to be aware,
All right.
but I think it's okay. Even if it blows a hole in it, I think it'll be all right.
It's going to be amazing.
All right, Oliver,
right.
you keep it up. And yeah. Ooh, it looks so cool on the show. So we're going for the gummy cluster versus the big chewy. In the one bubble, see, this is why it's good to experiment too. This guy is blowing out. He's gonna get a hole in him, which Matt just
there's the
proved.
hole.
It can collapse in on itself. It's like a barnacle.
No
The other thing that's
way.
fun about doing these things is like you never, sometimes you don't try new things until you try new things.
It's just nice having a spot where we can try new things.
And you know what it's like. Like I said, it's great timing practice. So even though Matt was watching that, this isn't like a technique he does where they're going to switch pipes. And then the other thing about Oliver and Matt is everyone's got different skill sets. So what's cool about a glass shop is every product that we change seasonally, there's no like super hierarchy in our shop. We're flexible and open to the best person for the job. There's never I've got more seniority, I get to do that. So everyone works really well as a team.
Sometimes you got to be the gaffer, sometimes you got to be the assistant. That's just how it goes.
And sometimes the gaffer has to be the assistant so the other people can go up in skill as well. The handoff, the trade. Now Matt has much more experience with the torch. Oh, it looks so cool. I don't know where we got those tools, but they make me feel like a doctor's office.
We got that at the last gas conference last year.
Oh, seriously?
And we walked around, and it was all the hot shop guys was walking around, and we all just like collectively decided that we were going to try and persuade Jake to buy every tool we saw. And that was about the only one that Jake was like, yeah, we could actually use that. I'm going to get that one.
I mean, good for him. When we went to Italy, we're like, let's buy everything. We bought a bunch of tools, and we got home, and we're like, I don't know what this does. Keep them coming, Oliver. You could squash that guy in and maybe fill up some of that space. This is sculpting glass. It's blown glass, but it's sculpted. Sometimes when our classes, people take them and they say, we want to blow glass, but most of our classes for new beginners are hands-on, and they're more sculpted than blowing. There's
bit
a lot of
smaller than the
nuances in
last
blowing.
Well, I just bumped up from red pipes to green pipes, so
Okay.
they're going to be coming smaller for sure.
Yeah, we're not opening the doors for this one. So Bess is writing something. Oh, perfect. All right, we got a couple sugars left. Number 12 is a squasher. Lovely, lovely. And I know we've been featuring pumpkins, so you might be saying to yourself, but I already bought my pumpkins. I get it. I get it. That's okay.
All right, I'm ready for you,
There's
Ver.
some lovelies. Back to the action. This is an Italian thing where you hand off. This allows Matt more time at the bench, less heat escaping the glass. This is where people say glass blowing is like a dance, and I will not argue because it's super subtle. Timing is everything.
It is like a dance.
It's my favorite dance.
It is. The kink in the system comes when you hire someone new and they're a talker. And you're just like, no, no.
No, we actually need to be focused.
Yeah. From here, it looks like I want to eat it. It looks so juicy.
I get that comment a lot during classes. That people look at the molten glass and they're like, I wanna eat that. I just want to take a bite out of it.
Okay, maybe we do like 2 more and then we wrap it up.
2 more?
Let's see. If we do, yeah, let's do one
here.
there and then one on the end. 2 more, 3 more. Maybe 3.
Probably 3. 1,
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
1.
Well, 1, 1, and then the whole when you break it off the pipe. So we got 3 more bubbles coming. And then
76
after
more bubbles.
2 more bubbles, we're going to do this.
76.
Here is our fancy
76. Coat it up. We got to do a second
Sifter.
layer.
And you can see I just helped make a mess right there.
Bubbles on bubbles.
It is fine, fine powder.
There's something that's not nerds that this is reminding me of as well, and my brain's like, you know something like this, and I
A
can't figure out what
cloud?
it's trying to remember.
The nucleus of a
Yeah, like
cell.
an atom.
Is that what it is? Is that what I'm thinking of? Not a no, maybe it is an atom.
I ate the example.
Oh, you know what
Sorry,
it is?
folks.
Bess, you might remember this. Do you remember that episode in Jimmy Neutron where they made the most scientifically best candy ever, and it was super
Yeah.
addictive?
It's shaped
What?
like that.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
just
fair.
like this. That's
Oh my
what
gosh.
it is.
That's crazy.
And I don't even know what you guys are talking about. That's even better.
Maybe Bess can look
I'm
up a
looking it up
picture.
right now.
If you watch Jimmy Neutron at all, get in the comments.
I loved Jimmy
Was that
Neutron.
like when you were a kid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like
So like
animated?
90s?
4th grade.
Jesus. I know
young,
right
like when
that
kids were
was.
watching SpongeBob and all that. You could also, on Nickelodeon, you could watch Jimmy Neutron, which was about a boy genius, or you could watch Fairly Odd Parents,
Oh, wait,
which was about a
there
boy.
it
It's very pixelated, but there it is.
in someone's hand.
And it was like the best candy in the world, and the whole place that was made, and like everyone got like addicted to it. And it got too popular. It was too good.
Well, if you guys are
Gotta
in
bonk it pretty hard. It's still hot.
Dearborn Heights on Halloween night, you might just pick it up out of my candy bowl. Or not. It might stay on my shelf.
We'll have all this beautiful nerds and chocolate on display, and we'll have one giant glass sculpture
It
that's
looks
in
like
there
a nerd.
too.
It looks like a big old nerd. I love
We'll
it.
leave it in the bowl and tell kids we poured water on it and it blew up. And just have them stare at it. What?
This is an adult nerd. This is what happens when they grow up.
I can't wait until Roland one day down the road gets to edit this video. And he can like fast forward parts and have that flame coming out of the glory hole. People are going to be like, who are these crazies? And on that note, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Ding, 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 ding. Doesn't cost a thing. Hit the bell on YouTube. And they'll subscribe to our channel and you'll know when we go live. All right, we're going to do one more bubble here. Then we're going to give it a nice soak of heat. Sift the powder on it. Go over to the knockoff station. Give it a flash after the powder. Go to the knockoff station and do the final bubble.
Michelle, do you want it on this side or on this side? Like right here?
I want it here.
Right
Because
here.
then that last one can kind of cover the whole.
You got it.
Two, what's exciting for this is in my mind, I walk through it, but having someone else help execute it is for exactly that reason. Where do you want the last bubble? How do you want it placed? You have like a bird's eye view of what's happening. Sometimes when you're in the moment of blowing it, you're like, I'm hot, I'm tired.
You got another
I
bubble
pinched my
forming
finger. Oh, seriously?
right here.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's
So-
just like a little spot you can store your nerds.
Ooh.
The nerd storage spot?
Yeah,
Like a
you got
little
double
hi-
nerd storage spot.
Like a little hidey hole.
So maybe I
Little
could
hidey hole.
call it a candy dish.
You can call it candy dishes because there's two of them.
This is so cool. You can pop it back too. I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. It's very barnacle-esque.
It does seem like this could be like a deep sea creature.
For a fish tank. Matt's not messing around. I do like that tool. Okay, so you guys got to plan your timing.
So we're gonna go for
A nice
the
even heat.
pow, then we're gonna knock it off and do the bubble.
So I need the vermiculite, I think the thing, unless you think it can, it needs something to hold it so that you can do that last bubble on top.
Yeah. So I'll get the vermiculite
Or,
going.
you know, a propped brick or something.
Just something.
Something. Something.
Get around
You
again.
could hide Edda's treats in there, and it'll keep her occupied because she has to get them
Oh,
out.
a cat toy.
Perfect.
I walked in
Matt.
the conference room the
Yes.
other day, and she had
What do
chewed
you-
through a bag of treats, so I took them away from
I
her.
saw them. They were on top.
Yeah, I figured that's the only spot she can't get to them.
In fact, where is Miss Edda?
She was chilling in the conference room last I saw.
That should be fine.
Okay, since we're short a person, I'm letting these guys decide the best course of action. I might be able to do the
Let's do it.
powders if Oliver starts the last nugget.
Okay.
Oliver, did you hear that?
Did
We're
I
gonna-
hear that?
We're gonna knock this in the vermiculite, right? And then we'll glove it
Yeah.
away.
And then he'll do the last bubble and then a little powder.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm gonna get this bubble started, then we'll hit the powder over here at the pow station.
And I can do that. Or I will give it my best attempt anyways. So we got Matt.
I should have the timing because I have to let this bubble cool down a little bit after it's necked to where I can come over and do the pow and you can focus on getting the camera angle.
This is the bucket that will hold it because it's not flat. Nothing like an obstacle in the middle of the floor there. Just when things are going to get crazy, they're going to be jumping over it.
Just an update, table is up to date. Actually, just kidding, there is one pumpkin I need to pull. Other than that, everything else is up to date. So if you're still interested in getting a sugar pumpkin, there are only a couple left. Both that were made on the show tonight, so the members piece and just the piece that was open to everybody, are sold. So those have already been claimed.
And we will get back to sugar pumpkins after this. So if you had a color you wanted to see, I can't remember if we had set that up.
I have 4 giveaway pieces for the show tonight. I have the one that was made last week, and then I have 3 from Pumpkin Fest. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be announcing those shortly.
Hey, will you do...
You got some movement in that guy. You might want to take one more flash before the
Yeah, Matt's
pow.
going to give it a good heat, so the powder's going to stick. I don't want it like super, I want it textural. So we're not looking for the powder to like totally soak in and melt, but
gonna
enough
take
that
one
it
quick
sticks
flash
on and
after
doesn't
you.
rub off on your hands. All right.
Good.
See, that's where trip and fall. Okay, so now we're going to put this last one on, and then I'm going to wheel the powder station over and see if I can't. Will you fluff torch the top to get enough heat on it, and then we'll just do one little powder sift.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think I should hit it one more time. You like the way that looks?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Might take one quick flash here again. You about ready, Matt?
Yep.
Let's do it. I've got the grabbers. I can stick this guy. Just see if you can find a good spot for it to rest, which is generally up. Good. I can do it. Yeah, come in with that torch. I'm just gonna do this just like we do it at home.
Just like we do it at home. Like breaking an egg. Push it down. Feel free to like squash it right in there. Without hurting yourselves. Fluffer torch on the top a second.
Matt, you want to get the gloves warming up? Good.
It's like a pastry. It's like I don't know. What is that pastry?
Give me 1 second, Matt.
Yeah, that powder might
3,
come off.
2, 1. I'm getting the door for you. You got it out of there? Okay.
And behind the secret doors it goes.
Watch your elbow.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Good, I got the door. Nice.
That
In there
was
safe.
So fun. Woo. Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's always fun just doing a project like that. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
I like that idea.
But meanwhile, while you guys were doing that, and Bess mentioned housekeeping, I wanted to bring back dun 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 dun. Wong. Who wants to talk about what this is?
Oh, they know what that is.
Who knows what this is?
That's the.
We have some newbies to the show.
That's this is the trophy. Whenever anyone talks about the reward or the award that you get, the trophy, this is the one they're talking about. If they say the Stanley Cup, what they meant to say was the Glass Academy trophy.
Who made the trophy?
This has got Chris written all over it.
Yeah, and I want to say we made it like on the 100th show or something. I feel like Jake made the bowl and Chris made the top.
Okay.
And we need Oliver and Matt's name on it, or mine a couple more times, because I
We
think I'm on there
do.
like once.
I'm on this a couple of times.
Oh.
competition where my name can be added to the trophy.
Best
Well,
tech
all
support.
right.
We gotta get you on there.
So do you guys want to do housekeeping or trophy contest? What should we do next?
We got 45 minutes left. Let's do housekeeping
And what you guys
the
set
trophy
up
contest.
for the trophy, and then a sugar.
and then a sugar to close out.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pumpkin table is up to date. We have only a couple beautiful, beautiful pumpkins. We got 5 remaining beautiful sugar pumpkins for today. So if you are interested in one of those, we've only got 5 left of the beautiful sugar pumpkin. So if you're interested in one of those, pop on the website. But table is up to date. As far as housekeeping, I've got a couple things for you tonight. So, not this past weekend, but the weekend before and the weekend before that. So the first 2 weekends in October, we had Pumpkin Fest, our absolutely amazing Pumpkin Fest. We did it for 2 weekends this year. It was a blast. We had a ton of people come in, and we ran up multiple giveaway contests in the gallery. So I have our 3 winners for that. Let's see. They're not over there anymore, otherwise I was going to show them, but that's okay. So for pumpkin number 1, basically what we had, just so you guys know, if you're not local, we had a display set up with 3 different pumpkins, and then we had little boxes where you could enter your name on a slip to enter to win your favorite out of the 3. So pumpkin number 1 was purple, and I love Donna that she color coordinated my paper. But pumpkin number 1 is purple, and that goes to Veronica. So Veronica, if you're watching the show, congratulations. You are going to receive an email on how to pick up your pumpkin. Pumpkin number 2 was an orange gourd. So pumpkin number 2 goes to Gretchen. So Gretchen, if you're watching, you are going to get an email on how to pick up your pumpkin as well. And then pumpkin number 3 was orange with a black stem, and that goes to Joyce. So congratulations to our 3 Pumpkin Fest giveaway winners. Super excited for you. You guys are all going to receive emails from Donna, like I said, this coming week, so keep an eye out for those. Our giveaway question last week was for this absolutely beautiful, what we call a caramel swirl pumpkinette.
Donna was saying that. She's like, oh my gosh, it's like caramel.
Absolutely beautiful.
drink.
I believe that was an Oliver creation. Is that correct? Our giveaway for this week?
That was me last week. Oh, yep, I'm on. That was me last week. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like how that one turned out.
And our giveaway question for that, to win that, was, what is your favorite fall food or drink? I'm losing slips. Don't show that yet.
It went flying away.
So what is your favorite fall food or drink? A lot of people said cider mill donuts. Some people said apple pie. Some people said apple cider. Some people said hot chocolate, which is interesting because I always think of that more wintry. Pumpkin cheesecake. That is a solid answer. I love a good pumpkin cheesecake. Let's see here. Pumpkin spice latte, always a good one. Raspberry tea. I love it. It's random and I love it. But if that's what makes you think of fall, I'm all for it.
Raspberry tea's good.
I've got soups or chili. That's something good because a lot of people put down sweet things. And I always, fall season to me is always like my soups, my chilies, my crock pot, my Instapot. Get that going.
Soups and chili does count as a drink.
You could sip it depending on the consistency, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that qualifies.
It's a good call. Let's see here. Eggnog.
Ooh.
Eggnog.
Our winner said cider mill donuts along with fresh apple cider. I also like hot chocolate and homemade apple pie with crumb topping. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
with a little
that
bit of
sounds
caramel on
good.
it.
What's the deal with eggnog?
So congratulations,
that?
Lynn.
Congratulations to Lynn.
So Lynn, you are going to
think it has
receive an
yolk in
email
it.
from Donna. Keep an eye out on your email for that. And you won this beautiful caramel swirl pumpkinette is what Donna's calling it.
And there is
I
time
like
to win
when-
this week's contest if you enter.
I like it when Donna comes up with the names.
Absolutely. So you guys see, we gave that beautiful, beautiful pumpkin away for free. All they'll have to do is pay shipping or come pick it up.
Yep.
Question for this week. You guys could also win something for free, you guys. We do this every single week. Our question is, how do you eat your candy? Do you eat it fast? Do you eat it slow? Do you savor it? I tend to eat the things I like the least first to get those out of the way.
I do too. That's so funny.
I don't know if you guys have ever had like runts, like the mixed fruit candy.
Yeah, I can't do runts anymore.
Aren't runs similar to
haven't had them in a
nerds?
long
Little bit.
time, but I eat the ones I like the least first, so I can save the ones I like for last. So I'll kind of sort them out.
Yeah, I can't. It's not that I don't like them. I really like runts. I can't do runts because I will eat them until I'm physically ill.
Same. Yeah.
I
haven't had them in a very long
I
time.
can't. Halloween's such a tough holiday for me.
I'm in a phase where every year now I don't really give out candy. One, because I don't have a ton of kids that come to my house, and it's kind of depressing for me when I get all excited and I don't have a lot of kids come. But I have a niece and a nephew who are 10 and 7. And so I get to go trick-or-treating with them every year.
Okay.
And they give me candy. And it's great because if I tell them, Aunt Bess loved those when she was your age, they just give it to you. They're such nice, nice people.
They're so well-behaved children.
They're wonderful.
Matt's jumping in on this.
Matt's
All
going
right,
to start
Matt.
on the contest that we're having here to get our name on the trophy.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh, look at his gather. Did he take he took a big pipe. Okay, what are the rules?
This is the longest drop, so the drop can't touch the floor until it's time to knock it off.
Oliver, we've had a
And the
comment
longest one wins.
that there's something on the lens, and I agree. Could you go clean the lens?
Excuse me, I'm going to get this
Yep.
lens here real quick. You're all filthy, everybody.
What?
There we go. So Matt is trying to make the longest raindrop. You can check out the raindrops on our website or come into our gallery. They're typically like 8 to like 12 inches long.
That's a big drop.
But when we try to
Oh,
make
you
them
might have
long,
No.
That was a
go.
big drop.
What?
now
like
that
he's fishing.
doesn't count because it touched the floor. But Matt, that was good.
Dang.
That's a DNF.
DNF.
Did not finish.
All right, Oliver's
so I got to
next.
do one here.
No, where's he going? Dang! No! Are you serious? Look. I had my ladder over there.
You had your ladder.
That's
over.
why I was going last.
I was keeping this ladder hidden because I didn't think Matt would know this
That's
trick.
so funny.
We've been stood up.
We've been so badly influenced by Chris. This is all because of Chris.
This is totally because of Chris.
All right,
So I'm
let's
going to
see
get
it.
this lined up just right. Make sure you know
let's
this is
see
a
it.
well-balanced ladder. There's no reheats on this either, so you have to do it in one. Like,
And
get
I
your
thought
gather,
it was a
get your
punny
heat.
rod, but you guys have the big rod. Is there a big rod up for me?
There's a big one up for you.
All right. Jeez. I think we're going to have to lay down some rules. But it's kind of like the Price is Right. You know how the people would say $1 or something because everyone else overbid it? You could just make a 2-inch raindrop and win this contest.
So we just want to take our time and soak up the heat.
We just got to.
Because I don't need a lot of heat for the raindrop. I just need the heat so I can climb up a ladder.
Uh-huh. Well,
While
your shoes
doing it.
untied, though, so how's that going to work?
With my shoes untied, we'll have to make it work.
Oh, man, I don't know, Oliver. Oh, here comes Etta. Wait a second. Don't drip on Etta. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's hitting the floor.
Only at the
Oh.
Glass Academy. Oh, yeah. It's going to be so easy to win. No ladder needed.
That felt so cold. We haven't made raindrops in a while. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it be like that.
It looks like you guys are fishing. That is too funny.
But I had a decent plan for success, I feel like.
I feel like you did too, but now you saved me climbing on the ladder.
Do you want me to get your wood one for you?
No, I don't need to.
Okay.
And look, I can even take a small punty.
Now we don't know. Michelle might get excited here and it might hit the floor as well.
It's true.
It's not over until it's over, Matt.
And then I will beat you all.
If Michelle hits the floor, we might have to have Bess try and make a raindrop.
I win by default and my name goes on the cup.
Oh, I would go with that. Look, me and my big mouth.
That's still longer than Matt's
It's
and
still longer
mine.
than everybody else's.
Yay! One raindrop.
These are like a tricky product to actually make because you have to have the timing just perfect. We like have the pipes preheated to the perfect temperature. The glass gets set a little bit hotter.
Here, we could light the nerd
But-
on fire.
Well, before you do that, yeah, light it on fire. We'll get a measurement.
Oh, you're gonna get a measurement.
We can, if you want to hold it out by me here, we'll just take a quick measurement. That's about
That might be the shortest winning raindrop.
that's about 6 inches on the dot.
Michelle
And
for
that's the
win.
winner.
By default.
Give it up for Michelle, folks.
Give her a round
Thank
of
you,
thumbs in the
thank you.
comments. I'm gonna get this ladder out of here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it back with shame.
We're gonna do another sugar.
All right, what
any-
color sugar do you guys want to see? Put it in
Yeah.
the comments. What color do you want to see, Matt? What color do you want to see?
You won't do a blue one.
Blue.
Yeah, blue. I'll take that from you.
Do a blue one.
Never
Michelle.
say never.
Like a blue one with.
No way, Matt. The people aren't ready for that.
I'm gonna have to do it to them. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna let you set up. I'm gonna talk with Michelle here for a little bit.
Here we are at the computer station, Command Central.
I'm just gonna grab a seat on this stool here real quick, get cozy.
And back
Michelle.
in Nassau. No.
So for anyone new, that was the longest drop. That was a competition. We used to do a lot of competitions on the show, and there have been some very long raindrops that have come through, like 8-foot long raindrops. And we've had to break those
Yeah.
ladders out before. But do you remember that season where every single show we were doing the longest raindrop because we had the wheel of challenges?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hit anything
Yes.
but the longest raindrop.
So, speaking of which, what challenges do you guys want to see back? Because I'm starting to gather footage. We've got a special show coming, but show 300, and it was highly suggested to me to bring a DJ playing vinyl, and we make a New Year's party out of it. So,
Okay.
what challenges do we want to bring back for this 300 show party?
Glass hockey.
We could bring back, I mean, we could bring
Glass
back
hockey.
all the challenges. Do
Bring
a
back
little
all the
DJ.
challenges. What if it was just a show of challenges?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
That'd be fun. That'd be cool.
So you guys, you're the ones watching. You got to put it in the chat. It's fun for us. We could bring back old players that have been on the show. If someone's local and they still live in town, a couple of the past employees live out of town. But, you know, we could have guest glass blowers.
That'd be super cool.
I know.
That'd be super cool.
And then at 8 o'clock when the show's over, we turn off the lights and blow in the dark. What?
Love that.
Bess is just like, wait a second, I'm not here for that
I
show.
know, I'm not here for any of it, so I'm like getting sad thinking about it.
Guys, if you could tell us all the super fun ideas that we could just hold off on until the 300 show when Bess isn't here, and then we'll do them all then. Back to back to back.
Great, thanks. I'll be joining everybody in the comments.
So, got about 100 coats of this blue. It's in like Dutch blue, right?
Yeah, that's our European blue.
Alright, so we got some Dutch blue on here, and I'm thinking is we're gonna put some blue chrome sugar on this guy.
Are you gonna encase that too? Ooh, okay. Well, while you get some of that going, Michelle, can I
Yes.
pass this camera off
Oh,
to you for 1
totally.
second? Just because I got a little PSA. So, I want to speak to all of our Facebook watchers right now. For those of you watching on Facebook, thank you. We appreciate it. Make sure you're checking out the YouTube channel as well. And if I had to guess, I would say if you're a regular watcher on Facebook, you might not be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Why would you want to do that? You already got us on Facebook. On the YouTube channel, if you subscribe, you can get notifications whenever we release a new video. You'll get notified about it. That way you're like the most up to date. And if for whatever reason Facebook doesn't let you know that we're going live, you got the YouTube as a backup, and they'll also let you know when we're going live every Tuesday. So it's a good thing to be subscribed to both. Yeah. And if one goes down, usually the other's staying up.
We are also getting super close on YT to 1 million views. Is that right, Michelle?
Yes.
Yes, we're
So
on
Sam
that 1
said-
million view creep.
And Jake, they're like, that's our goal for the end of the year.
So share our videos, tell your friends, have your friends watch them, re-watch some videos for us.
There you go.
Get our views up there because we are creeping up on 1 million views. We would love to hit it before the end of the year. Be an amazing accomplishment. We got an email from YouTube that we're creeping up on it.
It's so fun. It doesn't cost you guys anything. It's a great way to support us. And we get to ring our bell.
Matt, if you are trying to talk, your mic is off, just so you know. Perfect.
All right, Matt's going to give us the
I have
go
said many
to-
words, but my mic was off, but that's okay.
but now it's on.
So what color are you doing, Matt?
A beautiful, amazing Dutch blue.
A European blue.
Thank you.
Check
Thank
it
you.
out.
Like the Dutch masters.
Beautiful.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather over it with some clear glass, and then I'm going to put blue chrome sugar on
That
this
one?
guy.
This one.
Right over here.
That one. Ooh, look at it sparkle.
Now that blue chrome, for those of you who are new, it's a new sugar. We never really used it before until this year. It's gonna look deep, like deep cobalt blue while we're working it, and at the very end we're gonna bring out the iridescent qualities in that color, and it's gonna come out like a silvery blue metallic finish really strongly. And look at this form that Matt's using to strip off all that extra clear glass that he doesn't need on that piece.
Yeah, so it looked
Just
like
enough
the
to
tank
get a
was-
thin coat.
The tank was a little low, or no? I mean, he did a great strip. You want to drip in the tank, then you don't have to do this, and it stays in the tank. But that we can reuse again. We do recycle our glass. Nothing wrong with that glass. The technique he's doing is called stripping the glass, and he just wants a thin layer of clear on it. So not only did he do it in the way that he gathered, but took off extra that he did not need here.
So, heating up the inside because the inside is cold, the outside is super hot. I'm just making sure that my bubble is all the same temperature before I start introducing air into it.
So Matt is one of our teachers here as well, and just how he explained that is super important because sometimes we forget to talk about the basics, and it just looks like at the glory hole we're reheating. But he's looking for something very specific. The inner core was cold, the outer core was hot. It would be like the skin on a grape, and the inside's juicy, but the outside's hard. So he's matching the heat to the technique he wants to do.
Blue's a really soft color, so I'm expecting this to blow out a little bit funky. I'm cooling the sides down a lot more than I'm cooling the front out.
So the marble being the metal, I mean, he's so right. Rolling it on the metal, that really gives it like a hard surface area to push up against. And by rolling it smoothly on the marble, he's created a really nice like blueprint for how the glass is going to blow out. Up.
Carol says she has a cobalt twist tumbler. Bill says he has a cobalt blue splash. People like the cobalt blue. It's a good choice, Matt.
Cobalt is amazing.
I went to a friend's house yesterday and they had a recycled tumblers there drinking out of. It was pretty cool.
Cobalt is the main component, colorant I should say, in the recycled glass. And that's why I used recycled glass as the base for this. When we...
Please hold.
Beautiful. When we melt down all of our knockoff glass that's sitting in the buckets over there, all the glass that comes off of the pipes, all of the glass that ends up in the trays, all of that gets tossed into our recycle furnace and melted down at 2250 degrees. All glass colorant except for cobalt burns off in that, and that's why our recycled glass is always a beautiful blue. And the deeper you go in the tank, the more cobalt is present because it sinks to the bottom.
No way.
So then you get a darker blue.
Bada bing. Now that mold, you can see, it is more ribs than the one on the left. And now he's adding the sugar.
Nice.
How many ribs was that one?
32.
32.
All right, that's what I thought.
All right, he's gonna
Blow, soft.
take off
Hold
this
on.
little extra knob at the bottom. This is again the challenge of the mold. Dun 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 dun. Mold is not round like a pumpkin. So sometimes the pumpkins you see that are imported from India or China, they only have one or two mold styles that they can use. We here in America have a bunch of different molds, and because we make them one by one, we have so much more variety in the pumpkins we can make. Now that mold doesn't, the ribs, the bottom is not rounded, and so there's a flat part. You gotta cut that part off, which is what Matt just did, and now comes the roundness.
All
You
right.
had some flying objects coming at your toes. You had some flying objects coming at your toes, Michelle.
Let's take one more heat and then we'll get after it. So I think that happened because I had my bubble pushed too far through the bottom. And so when I hit the mold, the glass in the front was the hottest glass of the whole thing, and it drooped down and it filled the mold, and when I blew into it, it forced it down even further. So it got thinner than the rest. Blow soft. Stop.
Bill says, how blue is your recycle?
Blow.
Right now it's not super blue. It's there's a cup over there I can go show you.
All right.
It's subtle. It's super subtle. But it varies, like we said, on different takes. It can get darker.
Yeah.
All right, here's the little nugget. The sugar on this looks really cool. I like how there is actually like a lighter spot where the color wasn't as strong. It gives it that super handmade quality.
Stamp's been applied. We'll give this one more thorough heat, and then I'm going to iridize it. I'm going to bring out that silver inside of the iris blue color.
Did we talk about stem color? What do you
We
guys
didn't, but I think Oliver went straight for the blue chrome.
Oh, I know what to do.
Me and
this is gonna
Oliver
be-
are telepathically connected.
A very blue pumpkin.
It's going to be amazing.
So we had one regular customer come in this weekend, and she's looking, and she said, well, this will be pumpkin number 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So sometimes you just need pumpkin number 26.
Ready, Oliver?
I'm ready. I'm dropping.
Let's hit it.
Fill that mold up perfectly.
Do not try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. Because you'll never be able to get the glass this hot, this smooth, this professionally made.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's nice. We love blue. Just a classy little guy there.
It's looking amazing.
Fancy schmancy.
A little bit of torch on the tip there. Make sure it's nice and fused to the body of the pumpkin. Goes down pretty much perfect.
I'm blowing on the base of the stem because when you iridize this, the blue tends to turn really gold wherever it's hottest. And I really want this to be a nice blue sheen. Alrighty.
One final look before it goes away.
Absolutely beautiful.
Lovely, lovely.
Beautiful blue.
Alright.
And Matt will turn down the glory hole because that's not normally how it looks. So what do you guys think of the blue one? They're liking it in the chat?
Oh, they love it. They think it's absolutely beautiful. I got a lot of clapping emojis. Amazing, wonderful job.
So I think that means we have time for one more pumpkin, maybe a smaller size.
Smaller size.
And
for
then the giveaway?
Don't you think?
One more and then the giveaway?
No, it's
Word.
41.
So
the
giveaway. Yeah,
Going
absolutely.
to the giveaway.
Annette said she bought her 15th pumpkin tonight.
Nice.
Very cool.
Starting that collection. I mean, Nancy was like, well, they're all over my house. They're, you know, in the breezeway, on the table, when people come over. And I was like, hey, people collect shoes or they collect purses. I mean, the pumpkins are pretty classic.
They
It's
are.
not like they're going out of style.
Yeah.
You can have them for 15 years.
Okay, I think I'm gonna make this giveaway here,
You
and
can.
I got an idea. I'm gonna bring out
Okay.
the iris blue.
I like that contemplation. I saw deep thought.
Well, I was looking at what we had going on here, and then the idea hit me, and now we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna do a magenta body, and then would like to do a spiral trail to iris blue all the way down it, and I'll do it while it's solid. So I'll get the color on. We'll do that trail, then we'll inflate it. I'm not gonna encase it or anything. I'm just gonna leave the color on there, leave it a little bit texturous.
Are we sugaring it for the giveaway for the Sugar Pumpkin Week?
Yeah,
a
I'll
sugar
sugar
show,
it. I'll
dude.
sugar it. I'll sugar it too.
It's the sugar show.
It
Be
is
a
the sugar
three-color
show.
combo
And
pump.
as you just noticed, we had a table full of nerds because I couldn't just buy a few nerds. I had to buy like
Oh.
the whole Halloween super bag special.
Well,
And no
excuse
chocolate
me.
for
Give me
this
one extra
video.
second here, folks. We got a situation going on.
You got a pipe situation?
We got a pipe situation going on here right now.
You need help
I think
over
we
there?
need more pipes up.
Whoa, dude.
We're just gonna.
Let me help you out there.
I got it. Look at me weaseling that out.
That's one way to clean out the pipe cooler.
Sometimes this just needs to get cleaned out every now and
Or
then.
not, it's not the pipe cooler, the pipe warmer. So when you put the pipes in there, sometimes there's little bits of glass on them and they snap off. So eventually you have to clean it out. And interestingly enough, that was a really cool way. You could just leave them against something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sweep that up later.
It's all the glass that's in the pipe warmer.
Sometimes the pipes go back and they're not completely cleared off.
So in a couple minutes that will just break off. walk around
That one.
our nice little Halloween. If you come to the Glass Academy, you will get nerds as your Halloween treat.
92.
Is this like a mirror? Like if we go into this, will we be... Oh, my screen is frozen. There we go.
All right, we got our glass. After that pipe warmer fiasco,
We're back on trail. Isn't that the worst when you're hiking and you lose the trail?
yeah, I think you got it. Hey, buddy,
Yes.
can you get this pipe out of my way?
You were supposed to take that one.
I didn't know. No one told me. I had 3 pipes in my hand when I walked away.
You were supposed to take the hot one, dude.
No way. Probably go like 3 coats on that.
If you guys have questions,
And then-
now is the perfect time. Let us
I
know
am
what
gonna
you
want
want
a
to know
little bit
about
of a
glass
taper
blowing.
on it.
And if we know the answer, we'll give you it. For free.
The Dutch Blue and Blue Chrome Pumpkin that was just made is available through the website. I will get that link posted in the comments for you guys. We do still have 5 beautiful
Thank
sugar
you.
pumpkins available on the table as well.
Hello.
Jake's gonna beat me up now.
Just making sure you guys are all awake. Are you kidding? After he sees the glory hole, nothing's going to matter.
Yeah, and that was all Matt.
You guys.
I didn't even know that was happening.
By the
until
way,
I
we are
came
getting
in.
bus t-shirts made.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, we are. Deep concentration as they are wrapping on a spiral of blue.
And the blue pumpkin has found a home.
Nice.
Thank you to whoever has
Okay.
purchased the blue
So then
pumpkin.
for the camera here real quick, it's coated in magenta as the body color, and then that's going to be that same like chrome finished blue on there. We're going to get that all melted in, back and super hot again, blow it out. And then we're going to go for the brilliant yellow shugs on there, and I'm doing that for 2 reasons why I'm going to use that color. One, I think it's going to look super good against the magenta and the cobalt blue. I think it's going to pair really, really nicely with those 2 as like a 3rd color. Second reason is that brilliant yellow is like one of the stiffest colors we have for shugs, which means for like the sake of using it for shugs, it's one of the easier colors to make it happen with. It doesn't melt in too much, which is pretty Oliver friendly. 'Cause I think this is my first shugs ever made.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't done this before.
Oh, learn by doing. Here we
Yeah.
go. Everyone cheer him on.
Someone who's watched all the episodes might know better than I do at this point, but I don't think I've done this before. So I'm gonna marver in all this texture here. That pink's a little bit on the stiffer side, that blue's pretty soft. So I'm also thinking about how this might blow out a little bit weird.
You're weird. When I used to work at the Henry
Am I
Ford.
crazy? Is Chris here today?
I know. No, I was going to say when I worked at the Henry Ford, it was like I was so interested in blowing glass that I didn't care if I made mistakes in front of people because you just want to learn the medium
Yeah.
and you're willing to give it a chance. Like it doesn't matter. And then the only way you find out like soft colors, hard colors, how they work together is if you start doing them. Like people could tell you till they're blue in the face, but until you do it on your own, you have no idea.
Jamie says, how is the beverage counter coming along?
It's coming.
There is progress, I feel like, every time I walk in this place.
There is. So we're going to go for the loan next week, which will give us like the last financial push. We have the equipment, like the coolers.
The wall's been painted.
The wall's been painted. That's the primer.
And the gray is the primer? Oh.
Yeah.
That's not final color.
Yeah.
I liked the gray.
I know. I didn't mind it. It's going to be more blue. The bathrooms are rolling along. I think all the paint was bought.
Perfect.
But the guys are out of town this week, so we always want someone to be, kind of keeping an eye on things. I think one piece of the equipment had some damage, so we're waiting on another piece. But we're getting it rolling. We're talking to the distributors where we're going to get the beer that goes on tap. And then if you guys have a famous mixed drink you like, we're going to do seasonal drinks. So not really gin and tonic or rum and coke kind of
We
things.
can have a Merc water cocktail.
Oh my God, we have to. That could be like the Halloween version in a dark glass with like a crooked straw.
Yeah.
Merc water cocktail.
Oh, we're gonna try all the
Now, if
fun
we
stuff.
had a Merc water drink, would we then be able to call our customers block bucket sapsuckers?
Edda's a block bucket sapsucker.
Edda is a block bucket
Edda
sapsucker.
loves a good chug out of a Merc water bucket.
She does.
Oh yeah. Have we seen her recently?
No, we have not seen Edda. She has
Okay.
not appeared for the show. She lost her collar over the weekend, so we did an emergency collar run because all the neighbors know her, but if she was roaming without a collar, I
She
think
looks like
someone
a
take
stray.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she has a new collar on her, which when I came in this morning was off of her.
She's sneaky.
I don't know, man.
All right, I'm going to go for the 24-point mold on this one. I'm a little bit too big for the 12-point just by like a hair. So I'm going to go a little bit bigger just to not stress myself out at all, really.
I do have the giveaway question up on the screen. The question is, how do you eat your candy? Fast, slow? Do you savor it? You can win this absolutely amazing pumpkin that Oliver is in the process of creating.
For free. Like, you don't have to do a thing.
For free.
Except send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com.
With your name in the email so we know who you are and your answer.
Going in the sugar. It is not real sugar because we saw what would happen if we did that.
Hey, Oliver.
Oliver's in deep concentration.
Deep concentration.
No messing around.
Below light.
We have different sized jacks. The tool in his hand that he's using right now is called a jack.
Stop.
And we have small, medium, and large ones.
Ooh, microphone on the loose. I got it. I'm just getting excited is all.
Stray microphone.
Tuck that in the pocket here real quick. Don't melt all the shugs in.
Matt's on the ready. He hasn't had to say a word, so it must be going right.
Blow.
Jody
Fierce.
said in the comments, mojitos in all capital letters. I would love a good Merc water mojito.
A Merc water mojito.
The
We'll
coolest
stop
thing
right
is,
there.
I'm so excited to design the glasses that match the cocktails.
Yeah.
Let's see how much heat I got in that guy. I'm going to take one more heat. I think Matt let this sink down on itself. Maybe tighten down that neckline. But I'm happy with the size, so as soon as I get this going here.
All right, we got all the tools here lined up for everything else. I think what's going to happen at 8:30, we're all going to have a sugar crash
Probably.
because we've been eating all the nerds the whole show. All right, the tricky part is Oliver cannot flash too many times or he's going to lose all the texture of those sugars.
I'm like looking at it super closely, and I'm right at the edge with how much I've heated the shugs. Like I've put enough heat into them where that's pretty much all I can do now.
Right at the edge. Or it won't be able to spell
Flip.
full sugar. It will just be SU. Sue. It's a Sue pumpkin. In the spring, we have a creature show. We have done sheep, we have done slugs, we have done snails. We are open to ideas about what our next creature should be. If you think of a creature that we should do, put it in the chat.
Nice little stamp there. Now sit flat. Matt knows exactly what color to go for.
4 pumpkins
Matt,
left
I
on
don't
the
do
table,
this
you guys.
timing a ton, so you tell me when you want me to take the reduction heat. Now.
The final moments. We're at the finish line.
What color stem you got, Matt?
See that chrome come out there through all the magenta.
I see the stripe in there too.
You pat down on it real quick. Okay, go. Beautiful stem. Gonna be a nice big loop. Nice.
This is where you guys look like surgeons. Scalpel.
Yeah, it looks super good.
It's a cutie.
That's gonna be a nice giveaway for somebody. Ooh. All right.
She is, ladies and gentlemen.
Matt's gonna put that guy away.
Perfect timing. We had low battery mode rolling, so
Nice.
last final reminder.
All right.
All right, one more time to remind you, the giveaway question for this week is, how do you eat your candy? Do you eat it fast? Do you eat it slow? Do you savor it? Do you sort out your pieces like I do? You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com in an email with your name, and you can win that absolutely fabulous pumpkin that Oliver and Matt just made.
Yep.
Any final statements, Oliver?
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We're at show 290 now.
which is
That's
crazy.
incredible. Only a few more weeks until we're at
10
show
weeks.
300. It's crazy to believe. So thank you all for sticking with us on our journey. We're going to be back to continue this journey next Tuesday at 6 p.m. So catch us on Facebook and YouTube there. And then in the meantime, for our subscribing members, a Neela reveal coming out later this week. So we're excited to unpack that box.
Show 200 was one of my first shows. I can't believe I'm already over
Are
90
you
shows
serious?
in.
Show 200 was my first show, too.
Yeah.
So I've been on for almost 100 shows now.
I think it
with
was
you.
like my third show. So we've always made it through another 100 shows, Oliver.
Shout out, Bess. It's been
What?
fun.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, we are going to see you next week. We will have the crew back together, I believe. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yeah, I think we'll have everyone back together next week.
All right. Not that we did too badly without him.
Matt's
Ta-da.
going back in the basement,
Yeah, bye,
everybody.
Matt. Back
Say
in the
bye to
basement.
Matt. He's going back away.
All right, you guys
All right.
have a great
All
night.
right, have a great
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye.